Well, hello and welcome, everybody. We are the Shills, a group of YouTube creators and debunkers coming together for live roundtable chats, live interviews, live debunks, guests, and a whole lot more. And tonight, we've got the mother of all guests. Holy, we've got the big shot with a huge stick. Team Skeptic joins us at the table. Speaking of the table, let's get right to it and get around and see who's here and what everybody's up to. Jeff Spikers, Steven Cuparese. How's it going, buddy? What's happening your way? Oh, did we lose him?
No, I'm here. The damn mute button. I got hit by the disease, man. I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Oh, things are good here. Things are very good here. You got a lot going in your world. What's new and exciting and coming up?
Well, basically, I'm trying to, I'm still working on turning the Mega Mirror on Fridays into a live stream on a more regular basis. A few hiccups along the way, but things are going good. And I've got a video for the Mega Mirror coming next week, new guests. So other than that, yeah, things are going good. Busy.
Awesome. Sounds great, man. Right on. And let's turn to Jutmonkthedrunk Monkey. How you doing, buddy?
Oi, I'm doing fine, bro.
Awesome. What's happening in your world these days? What's new and cool?
Well, I'm doing the usual, hanging from tree to tree, looking for idiots. And, last night, I found wank in a tree, run and have a pee. Done 4 minutes of him beating around the bush, explaining about how he's not going to beat around the bush. What can you do? Absolute idiot.
Bro, no doubt. Right on. Awesome. And fresh into the show, right late. And how can he be? Because he's a time traveler and all. Anti-Flatter, how's it going, buddy? What's happening? Is he coming on mutant time? Can he make it?
He's a time traveler.
There he is.
All right, so mute buttons. Yes, fuck me days. What a day.
Poor geezer, he just lands and you put him on the spot. At least.
Well, I asked for it by putting. Yeah, but I thought we could time it out right. How's it going, buddy? What's happening?
Oh, mate, fuck, I tell you, some days you're the windscreen, other days you're the bug.
Security tightened up over there. You got all that fixed? And did we get any more behind-the-scenes footage of that encounter you had?
So security's tightened up around the anti-flatter house. Unfortunately, we are starting to get reports that a couple of the Illuminati crystals have gone missing. So,
holy shit.
Yeah, we're in there trying to chase that down. We're already starting to get a little bit of anonymity starting to appear.
So, in other words, watch this space. There's a lot going on. Holy. Right on, man. Right on. Well, you made it just in time. We're not, we're a very happy group for it. Absolutely. How about Kevin, DeadKennedyInSpace, man? How's things your way today?
I'm doing all right. I don't have a whole lot to say except to apologize right now on the air to Brainy Beaver because I was supposed to come to his live stream today and I woke up about 5 minutes after it started. So I'm sorry, Beav. I'll come on something else in the future, I swear, and I won't be a complete jackass about it.
You fucking dork.
Right?
What an absolute fucking plum you really are. Have you never heard of a fucking alarm clock?
I didn't expect I was going to sleep 12 hours last night.
Oh, wow, man. Holy, you must be recharged and ready to go.
Oh, yeah, I'm good now.
We expect you to do backflips tonight.
Awesome. So I heard through the grapevine that some people were taking notice of your so amazing takedown of Riley's paper there. That must have felt good.
Oh, was that Steve McRae and Dr. Misha Griffith talked about it? Yeah, that was really cool to see. I'm happy they enjoyed it, and I'm happy word's getting out. Those videos have a ton of views now. It's great.
Yeah, they're really good. I mean, you're a proper author, so it's done properly. It's nice, and it's got that Dead Kennedy in space touch that just makes it quite entertaining.
Thank you.
Love it. Right on. Hey, Logical Troglodyte's here tonight. How's Cave Town, buddy? What's happening?
Oh, Cave Town is really busy. Babes is having a word with a guy who finds evil in a bag of corn chips. Dr. Schlip, if anybody watches my channel, they'll know who he is having a word with Anthony Riley. And I'm trying to fulfill a request by several subscribers that wanted to know how me and Babes actually met. What was it like dating back in the Stone Age? So I'm working up that for you.
Oh, awesome, man. Right on, right on. And you had some technical difficulties right from the beginning there, but it sounds like we're good. We're good, right?
Yeah, we're good so far. I mean, caveman tech isn't exactly, what you all are used to, but it works. And sometimes you just got to beat it into submission. Kind of like flirts.
All right, man. Well, I'm glad you did it right on. And Aimee Hogan's here tonight. Aimee, how's it going?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Oh, good. Very good. And,
Awesome.
things all good in your world? What's new and exciting?
No, not too much. Just excited about tonight's show. And thank you, Team Skeptic, for coming on. I'm excited to meet you. It's nice to meet you.
Awesome. Right on. Awesome. Right on. And Kiri's here tonight, too. We got Kiri Mac. Awesome. How's it going? What's happening your way?
Hey, all good. How is everyone?
Well, I think the table responded with a resounding yes there, although none of them can get to their fucking mute buttons in time.
Excited for tonight's show. Excited to, it's good to have
right
you
on.
I'm on my own
Awesome.
account tonight in the chat, so if anybody's got any questions, you can at the Shills or you can at Kiri Mac. Me and Aimee are all over it, so either way, all good.
Excellent. Oh, yeah. Again, we'll make sure. Amy's on the Shills account. Kiri's on her account, so you can add either one, and we'll make sure to, do our best to get it up and, into the airwaves. Tatty, how's it going your way on the technical side? Feeling good tonight?
All right. Fucking rocking and rolling tonight, man. I'm telling you. Absolutely rocking and rolling. Can't
Awesome.
wait
Do you
for
think?
this, man.
Love that. Love it.
The big question I have for you, Tatty, is there any chance you'll be sober at the end of the show?
2 chances. Both ends and all. Suddenly.
I love it. Right on.
Yes,
So
yes.
we know the regular players and how they're doing. Let's turn to our unbelievably cool guest for this evening, Team Skeptic. Thanks for joining us tonight, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm listening in, and I'm pretty much prejudging everybody based on their voices. Absolutely right now, just going to be upfront and intellectually honest. I don't trust the last 2 people that spoke. I didn't understand a goddamn word they said, and I don't intend on getting anything useful from either one of those 2 people but before the end of the show. But yes, I do love Kiri and Tatty both. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here, guys. I really am going to have a good time tonight. We're going to have some fun.
Rocking.
Awesome. For the few people out there that don't know the sense of humor, he was fucking with them. They're all really tight and close. So, don't get the wrong fucking
Yes.
idea here. We're not going to have that.
Was he?
Now that I have to add Dick to the fucking list of people I don't trust since he formed my opinion for me.
You should never trust the Dick anyway.
Especially this one.
Not that big dick, no way.
So I know a few people had a few questions for you before we dive into like a video or something. So why don't we look around the table and see who's got what to say? I know Kevin Kennedy wanted to get right in.
Yeah, definitely. Sure. First of all, team, great to meet you. I'm a really big fan. I'm a particular fan of you in debates. I find you to be one of the best debaters out there, right up with like Red's rhetoric. And I'm curious if you had any kind of basic advice for debating these conspirators. Like, what's a key thing or two to keep in mind?
Okay, so I take a very different approach than everybody else does. Everybody else takes this approach, this very intellectual approach, and let's just forget the amount of knowledge that we all know. Okay, you could know nothing, or you could know everything. When you go into a debate, sometimes the word debate kind of wants you to bring out the best in yourself and make you perform above the standards almost that you would hold for yourself because you feel like it's some kind of formalized discussion. Excuse me. When I go into a debate, I never look at it like that. I always look at it as I know I'm right because I know why I'm right. All right, I'll never go in and debate a topic with the way I handle the topics if I don't know it. Like let's say the debate roulette, when we went and we debated a certain topic, I really wasn't at a firm spot. I was just practicing my debate skills. It's a little bit different than when debating physics, because physics, I not just know it, I know how to explain it as well. So I know I'm right because I know how to apply it to real world situations and I know how to prove it. I don't give them that when people debate other people, they want to respect the other person and respect their opinion. They hardly ever kind of really take the aggressive approach to hold them to the standards that we would hold them if we were watching their videos by ourselves. You know, go in there and say, no, this is wrong. What you're saying right now is fundamentally wrong, and this is why. And you don't give them that politeness that you would normally associate with the word debate.
That's fair. It seems you and FDFE both have that attitude of do not respect flat earthers. They don't deserve it. And personally, I agree.
Well, okay, so I want to go back and say it's not that you shouldn't respect them, but you should definitely, when they begin the intellectual dishonest approach, don't give them the respect of an intellectually honest person. Right. Because here's the thing: if for instance, JM Truth in his video that I recently covered, he said in two very specific points in the video, he says, one, there should be a uniform gas throughout the container, and then later in the video he talks about the gas pressure, atmospheric pressure gradient. Well, those are two like logically conflicting points to take. You know, you can't take both points because they conflict with one another. You either have a uniform pressure or you have a gradient. There's only one or two. Actually, uniform pressure just means lack of gradient. You know, when it's not uniform, there you will have different pressures in different areas. So when they bring something like that up in a debate, you have to be able to say, no, you can't say this because this is what you've said. You've said that it's uniform, and you've said that the gradient is explainable. So those are conflicting statements. Please explain how you can hold two conflicting points of view just because it suits your needs at two different times. That's cognitive dissonance.
Right. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Also, just one last thing I want to say. I've shifted over onto your side now. JM Truth for Dumb Fuck of the Year.
Oh, he's winning Dumb Fuck of the Year. And as much as you're a big fan of me, I'm a big fan of you too, man. I love watching your videos.
Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I try to everybody but Jut. I like them all. The minute that motherfucker shows up on camera, waving his fucking tail, talking and looking like a goddamn monkey, I'll watch the videos, Jut. But until then, you're just as dishonest as conspiracy cats.
No, I'm a monkey. See, you don't get that. You don't get that. You see, I have actually got a tail, and I am actually hanging from a tree. You gotta believe it, bro.
Oh yeah.
There, guys, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what, right? I'll tell you what. I will shit in my hand and throw it at you like a monkey, and then you can go and ask conspiracy cats if he'll shit in the garden and bury it.
I bet he will. I bet he will. I'll ask him to videotape it. I'll tell him I'll send him a whole bag of fucking catnip.
Oh, this is terrible. Kiri Mac, save us.
We have a comment from BM Furball. This is for Team Skeptic. He says, now that you've done a face reveal, do you plan to do a meat tube reveal?
I gotta find the meat tube first, BM.
I got a gift for you. I'll send it over. I got a gift for you. It's I'm not sure. It's not a demonetizing gift, but it's definitely desupperizing gif. It's not good.
Wait, would that be the definition of a dick pic then?
Oh yeah. Jesus.
Sometimes I wonder at night when I'm meditating if when a chick asks you for a dick pic, do you literally just go stand in front of a mirror and take a picture of your face?
Well, yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know.
The problem with doing that though, mate, is he'll be also taking a picture of an arsehole at the same time.
and literally a dickhead.
All the fucking dick jokes are coming out tonight.
Well, I missed out on saying my pre-show penis.
Oh, man.
Guys,
At least, hey, Dick, at least your mom did not name you Penis. I mean, think of what your life would have been like if your name was Penis Dawson. Hey, look, in an effort to keep this biologically correct and family friendly, I will from this point forward call you Penis Dawson. I'm going to do it for the rest of the world.
It makes me sound like a failed Pixar character. Penis Dawson. Yeah, no, we're not even putting him on the outtake reels. It just didn't gel with the viewers.
I think I would subscribe to a channel if the channel was simply called Penis Dawson. I think I'd be like, yeah, I need to see what this is all about. This sounds pretty funny over here.
Speaking of which, my channel is now Dick Dawson because the whole World Model Feud thing is just a game show because there's also a talk show and stuff. And coming up, actually, a little teaser is they're being moved over because, another channel is expanding and there's going to be some cool stuff coming up. Really cool. But, I'll leave it at that for now and we'll keep going. Kevin, I do believe you had at least another one you wanted to ask, didn't you?
No, we've pretty much covered it.
Oh, okay. I know myself, team. Back to the Daniel Pratt saga, when I first got into this whole scene and whatnot. That was becoming like a real legal showdown where people had to start producing paperwork in the background in order for it to, be solved in any way. Looking back when you first started YouTube and then having that happen, I bet you never saw something coming where you were going to really need a lawyer just for telling somebody they were stupid. That must have been a shock and a half, man.
Well, I'll be honest. When I first got into it, I had no idea about copyright, fair use, or anything like that. Like I knew of it. I knew that, I knew what copywritten material was from my time in music. But if anybody that makes content will know that using any amount of any music in your, any amount of any copyrighted music in your video will automatically trigger not demonetization, but remonetization.
Yes.
Monetization for somebody else, which is fine, whatever, if they put in the work. But even if you use 3 seconds in a 30-minute long video, you're losing monetization for that entire video over those 3 seconds.
I was just about to say, when I done my 200 proofs of Eric Dubé, and I'd done the last video, and I used just the chorus, Final Countdown by Europe. It's the final countdown. That was it, and it was it's not monetized anyway. But they said if it was, the rights would go.
Oh no, that video is now monetized, but it's monetized for somebody else.
For somebody else. That's what I mean.
So you'll have ads that run on your video, even though you're not monetized.
Oh really? So that video?
Oh yeah.
They'll be monetized for that video, even though I'm not monetized.
Even if
they'll
you
still
turn
go.
monetization off
don't
for
mind
that
that.
video, even if you turn monetization off for that video, it's
still
not
put
for
them on.
video at any anymore. So
I have one of those videos. I used 10 seconds of a Tool song, and now it's monetized for them. And I'm really annoyed because I like Tool, and I didn't want them to do that to me. But it is what it is. Steaming Cup, you wanted to ask Team something, right?
Yeah. I just wanted to ask, what was it that triggered you to finally do your reveal?
I guess an internal conflict. I wanted to. Okay, so when I started doing YouTube, I had a business that I was running, and the biggest thing that I was afraid of, and I even, me and my dad were business partners, so the biggest thing I was worried about was putting my business in a position to fail because of trolls. I didn't know how it was going to be taken by the community or whatnot. So I was real cautious about putting my identity out there. Then, do you guys need to handle that? Go ahead.
No, we can. Do that.
Okay. So then, when I started to become more successful on YouTube, I made the decision. It was funny. I was like, I'm still holding on to 2,000 pounds of salt right now, guys. I was literally about to pour all the salt into the float tanks, and I had it all lined up in the room. It's 800 pounds per tank. So I had 800 pounds of salt in 2 different rooms that I had just physically carried one bag at a time and stacked, right? And I get ready to cut the bag open, and I'm like, do I really want to do this anymore? The business was not failing. We had plenty of appointments. We were still selling packages online and everything like that. And I just really sat there for a moment, and I was like, per dollar or per hour, what I make working for myself doing the float tank business is not what I make working in YouTube. And in YouTube, I can really set my own schedule. I get out of it what I put into it. So if I feel like I want more money each month, I need to make more videos. That's more entertainment for the people that's I'm getting paid for. And then so part of all that was that internal conflict was kind of resolving itself at that point. I started to see myself as, look, if you want to have fun, there's people out there who can now relate with me because they see my face, who would not normally be able to relate to me because I had my character in the corner. And yes, they might have thought that was cute and funny and whatnot, but they can't relate to me. They don't see the expression on my face. They don't see the frustration that I'm going through dealing with these idiots. They don't, it drives home each joke a little bit harder when I can throw my hands around it. There's so many benefits to actually revealing your face if you want to be a serious YouTuber. And it doesn't work. It isn't necessary for everybody. Look, there's plenty of people out there that are very successful on YouTube and they don't ever show their face. So I don't want to say that's the only way that it's going to work. But for some people like me who are very animated in what I say, it helps me for them to be able to see the animation directly, not just hear it through my voice.
Yeah, I really like your channel a lot more now since you've done the reveal. Have you noticed a huge boost in your subscribership since you revealed?
A little bit. YouTube is weird. Okay, so YouTube isn't pushing out channels like ours, and I'm saying ours like mine and everybody else's that's on this panel like they used to. Unfortunately, we fall victim to the censorship algorithm, the one that says, hey, we need to keep fake news away, but that also includes those who are talking against the fake news. And that's from a YouTube standpoint. That's not how I feel. That's just from a YouTube standpoint. They look at Flat Earth as fake news. So they say, okay, we're not going to push fake news anymore, so we're going to stop pushing also the anti-fake news. And every content creator across the board on both sides has felt this. So if that wouldn't have happened, yes, the face reveal would have done a lot better for me. I feel that because I do a face reveal, I'm doing better, or because I show my face, I'm doing better than what I would have been doing at this current situation if I would not have showed my face.
Gotcha. Well, I'm really glad you did it, man. You got a great channel. Thanks.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm a fan personally of the setup you have now that you've done the face reveal, like this like floating in a black void sort of thing. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And Kiri, you wanted to get in on this, right?
Yeah, about the reveal. A little while ago, Pete Baruby was asking, or was saying that team needs to do a mankini reveal, but I was under the impression that you already said that you were going to do that. Are you going to live stream in your mankini?
Easy now, easy.
Yes, I am. Okay.
Oh, tell us.
I am going to do it.
Why am I seeing No Malone right now?
Okay, so I have I've thought about how I want to do this, and I think I want to wear a bodysuit because number one, I don't want to get legitimately demonetized like my whole channel, and I think if I was wearing just a mankini, the reveal, the shadow reveal will be enough for demonetization. Probably be enough to send fucking the entire country of Japan into a fucking panic. So.
Yeah, I got bought a mankini, but I had to cut a fucking hole in the arse.
And we're still not talking about his tail yet.
Yeah, I was about to say that's we're not. That absolutely not. That is just for fucking monkey communication. How many turd lumps did he throw at you? Oh, he threw 4 at you. In what order? Oh, that order. Well, that's the letter A. Wait for the letter B.
As long as I don't throw 33.
Oh, let alone the mess, but the implications. Ooh, no.
The herd of Dells. The herd of Dells. That's my favorite right there.
The herd of Dells.
When y'all did that to Conspiracy Cats, that was fucking hilarious because all I heard was oh, like it. I live in Texas, okay? That sound is recognizable. I had no fucking clue whether it was humans saying no or cows going moo. I would have been completely lost. I would just been like, I have no idea. I don't know if those are humans or cows.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm not sure if that says more about us or Dell.
Good point, Kevin.
Or are cows evolving to the point where they almost sound like humans?
Or just evolving enough to sound like Dell.
Yeah.
Devolving, you mean, to sound like Dell, surely.
Yes. Good one.
Could you imagine if cows learned to throw their shit? Like,
oh god.
all the cars that drive by, right? And all the cows go, all right, everybody moo at the same time. And then all the cows have like a big old clump of shit in their other fucking hoof. And they go moo all at the same time. And the car slows down. The little kids in the back go, Mom, look! And they point at the cows. And then all of a sudden, cow shit just everywhere, just like smash, 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 hitting the windows, full of fucking.
That would cause utter disaster.
And cows have big shit. That would be like artillery.
That would be, man.
Aimee had a comment. Aimee had a good comment. She had to get up.
All right.
Yes, I did. I have Colin says, can you ask Team Skeptic to please ask Red's Rhetoric not to do a face reveal? He may break the internet.
It's against the Geneva Convention.
Yeah, I was going to say there's an unfortunate rule that has been written in the annals of time. And the rule is that Red's Rhetoric and I cannot show our face at the same time. Now, since I'm having such a great time showing my fucking face, we're going to let him just keep his face behind the paper bag for right now. Because that man, when he takes that paper bag off, and I've seen it, right? I used to have 2 eyes. I now have 1. Okay, and it's dying on me. Okay, it's dying rapidly.
Through the dark depths of Discord, in the hidden circles that nobody speak of, the rumor has it that the only way one can truly take Red in real life is full-on Gong Show unknown comic style. So just keep that in mind what you wish for.
Well, I heard that the Tibetan monks, when they go through their self-sacrifice ritual that usually takes like months of just eating rice, I think they've actually reached out to Reds to speed the process up by just having a picture of him put on the inside of all of their tombs. That should speed the process up by about 75 to 80%, experimentally proven.
I love it. Right on.
And, I just want to jump in with 2 things really quickly. Kiri Mac wanted to get in, and Kiri, do you want to read the super chat that we forgot about?
Yes, sorry, John Rapp. You see, this is what happens when you bring Team Skeptic on a show. Okay, so John Rapp, $5 Australian. PENIS Dawson. Nope, super chat is a super prude, not even DICK. Thank you.
Right on. Good one.
I like that one.
Now, you guys, everybody in the chat who's listening right now, be sure to properly say hello to John Rapp with the middle finger, as I have already demonstrated. He knows why. He knows it's all love. But the thing is the more middle fingers you give him, the more you love him. Notice I only gave him 1 middle finger.
Double middle fingers all the way, even though I don't know who the fuck he is.
No, he's actually a good dude, man.
John Rapp's
he
awesome.
was listening. He was listening to one of my shows, and his phone was in his pocket, in his shirt pocket, and he was timing people out, and he didn't even know it. And people were messaging me, and they were like, "Hey, John Rapp's gone crazy, bro. John Rapp, what's wrong with him? What happened? I don't know why he just timed out this one person for saying hi." And I was like, "This is weird. This is not John."
He's lost the plot.
Yeah,
I do recognize the name John Rapp, actually.
Yeah,
I do
he's-
recognize the name, yeah.
Yeah, he's a real good friend to our channel too. Like he's
Yeah,
an
I do
absolute
recognize the name.
fantastic
Well,
guy,
it was
right?
funny.
And
It was funny because he wrote me a message on Discord, and he was like, "Dude, I am going back right now and listening to this." And he's like, "I am so sorry. I had no idea I was timing people out." I was like,
Same
"Yeah,
thing. I've
no
done
big deal,
the same
John.
thing.
No big deal."
That's awesome.
You guys need
And-
to look at the chat right now. it's
Yeah,
It's
going.
right.
It's pretty amazing.
It's a
It's a
forest.
pretty
of middle
beautiful
fingers,
sight.
man.
It
Um,
is.
Can I just say, I think we're supposed to get to a video pretty soon, but before we do, I just have one thing to bring up regarding the subject of Red's face. I think the real question here is how is Sean Hufford still alive? He's been in his
Yeah.
presence multiple times.
Well, fortunately for Sean Hufford, there is a vaccination that is available, and he's not an anti-vaxxer, so
Yeah,
he is protected. But we only have about 3 or 4 more doses that we can provide people. So until we have a dose that's ready for the entire world, like 7 billion doses ready, we're not going to put Red's face out there. We don't want some poor kid who can't afford a vaccination to die because he likes Red's rocket launches.
Yeah, they're calling it the Medusa effect, and this vaccination can actually take care of it. So, Sean right now is living proof. I can only hope that the team there, Team Skeptic, can get to the point where they can share to everybody, and Red can actually come on camera, because it would be nice. I don't want to die from it, right? I want to be.
No, you
on,
don't. You don't, Dick. Because take this from my personal experiences. Women need dick in their life, all right? So having you go away would really... I'm not talking about penis, bro. I'm talking about you.
Yeah. It would
get your fucking
shatter.
mind out of the gutter, okay? Get your mind out of the gutter, please.
It would shatter
on,
things
Dick.
across the entire
Listen to what
male
he's
side of the
saying.
universe. We cannot have this. So, I really need it on the program.
Big shout out to Fletcher Eisler and Glover Chris in the chat, really showing John welcoming John to the chat, and also Gary IOW and Tatty and Surf and Granny Bonzogs, and let's see, Logical Troglodyte. Yeah, we're all doing a good job, guys. So welcome to the show, John Rapp. Hope you feel comfortable.
John Rapp, rock and roll, man.
And speaking of Granny, we got a super chat from her.
Isn't that Granny Jen, Granny, on the other
Yeah.
account?
Yeah.
I'm loving this
Yeah,
it
icon.
is.
That's awesome, Jen. That looks
is pretty cool.
amazing. I love it. Thanks for the super chat, honey. Right on. Killer.
She said, for the shills, I give more, but frankly, no.
While we're talking about it, this avatar here was done by Triac666.
John Rapp.
Oh, John Rapp.
John Rapp.
Who's on tap?
Thanks, everyone. That was, okay, fair dinkum and bonza.
Thanks, John.
you,
Right
John.
on, buddy.
We love you, John. It's all fun and games. You know my sense of humor is dark, and you have wandered into the shadow. There is no hope for escaping. Just sit back and enjoy the ride.
Oh, that was great. I loved everybody in the chat jumped in on that. That was so good. Right on, everybody. Too cool.
Oh, he never. He's done for. He can never come back to one of my live chats and say he's there. He's gonna have to hide because the moment he does, it's over. The chat.
Middle
you might
fingers
as well
all the way.
block off 90 seconds of chat box, right? Block off 90 seconds of just middle fingers and at John Rapp. But no, it's all fun and games. We do love that guy. I love the members of this community. We have a really, really good, especially the core group that shows up to all the live streams. And because I know that there's people in the live stream right now that are probably watching this show. They're watching Fight the Flat Earth. They're watching Marvel Girl. They're watching all of them, and that's fine. That's what's awesome about it, is that YouTube gives us that opportunity. Number one,
Absolutely.
to love to show love to all the creators, but at the same time, like, those are the people who you can always count on that are going to be at the show. The John Rapps, the Aussie Globeheads, the C4s, the Glober Chris's, the Granny Jens, the
Nathan Oakleys.
Nah, fuck that guy. Your pal Owls, like the Gary IOW. These people, they're always in our chat. So these are who we're talking about when we say members of the community.
Yes.
Everybody's a member of the community, even those that have crazy jobs and can only put in a couple of hours of watching video a week, and they just get in where they can. They're still members of the community, but I'm talking about the hardcore people that are there all the time. John Rapp is definitely one of those people. Brown01, one of those people. We are always going to give you the hardest time, and maybe on somebody else's channel there will be there will be somebody there to pat your butt and say you did a good job, but not on my channel. On my channel, you get the finger, and that's because we love you.
Yeah. On our channel, we always stress.
All of them. MA2, all of them.
You got to let them go. You got to let them chat. We don't like things being timed out. We like everybody to have a go back and forth, personal attacks and stuff, but let it happen. And our chat flies, our viewers totally get it. Everybody lets it run, and it's great fun. Absolutely perfect. It's that core group that really, they get it. They understand, they're the ones you lean on. They're awesome.
Yep. You see the same people, we do the same.
Surf, you're around, you liar.
Yeah, he's lying. I'm gonna call Surf out in the chat for lying. He says he's never around. I literally can't escape that person.
Surf gave me my first super chat, and I'll never forget it.
Aw, Surf's awesome.
Surf is usually in the live chat waiting for me before I've started my show. I have no idea how he's done it. He's always there just sitting there. He's like, about time you started it. I'm like, what the fuck? Where'd you come from?
Oh, there's Gary Graham. There's Gary Graham in the chat. And
hey, TC Lucas, another hider right there.
Didn't Gary do why do I know the name right now? Come on, somebody help me here.
You know it because I'm holding it in my hand right now. He did the tumbler.
He did the tumbler. Yes. Oh God, I was just gonna say somebody saved me from looking stupid because I knew. Gary Graham, you are the fucking man.
Gary Graham gave us all a glass, but I thought you were saying Kiri Graham.
That's why
I was not saying anything. If I'd actually understood your dumbass fucking accent, I might have picked up and said Gary Graham.
I'm a British monkey, and all I do is cry and whine. Wah. Shut up, fuck.
There aren't even any fucking monkeys in Britain.
Yeah, there's this fucking monkey, so shut the fuck up.
Blah, blah, bollocks this, wanker
help out
that.
a brother from North America here. Come on.
So you can talk, plum.
I love it.
No, we do have a lot of good people in our community, and there's people out there that I'm not naming, and so let me name a few of them. TC Lucas, BM Furball,
and the conspiracy. Oh yeah, Jay there. Oh yeah.
I tell you what, it's those acts of kindness as well that you just suddenly randomly see. Like someone will be down on their luck, and you just see real effort by someone. For someone that they really don't know. They just watch the same videos and hook up in the same chat rooms, Yeah. And you just think wow, it's like you get these real amazing acts of kindness. And I've seen it, on a number of occasions, and I've just been blown away. I've been like, and as some of you know, I've been in some dodgy patches and down and been offered help and declined help. But, it really is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, love it. Gary Graham says he's doing the last cup for Glober Mom. Nice. Isn't that fucking awesome? All right. Kick ass, Gary Graham. Good choice, man. Well done. Awesome.
And he's earned himself a wrench there, Gary Graham. There you go.
There you go.
Enjoy.
Right on.
Yeah.
So,
time out any dumbass idiot that's talking absolute wank.
Yeah, if they're talking like Monkey or myself does, or the barman or whatever, or Skeptic here, let them go. But if they start insulting or being a real racist fuck or whatever, something like that, then
Wait,
yeah.
did you just say that people are allowed to insult me and nobody can do anything about that? But if they're being a racist, and boot them?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if I
could
can
be
call
insulted.
if I can call a globe denying
Your
fucktard a
guess.
globe denying fucktard, then we've got to let them have a pop back, haven't we?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, come on, guys. We have thick skin around here, okay?
Yeah,
We're not
exactly.
fucking-
Right.
For Dick, except for Dick, he's got thin skin around his shaft. And yeah,
He's got a fucking helmet
meaty
on. What you on
fucking
about?
helmet. Yeah, he's got a meat helmet. But
He had
But
that,
yeah,
he had
you
that
should-
horrible accident when he was a child and had that little top bit cut off.
but yeah, so I do say that in my chat especially, I do not want to see people timing people out for having a differing opinion or arguing with you. If
Right.
I call someone a fucking idiot, they should have the right.
That's right.
Wow.
I love it.
Bitch.
You've been waiting
That
for
was
that, haven't you,
amazing.
darling?
Goddamn timing on that.
Yes.
Was that you, Amy, over there with the bell?
It was. It
Yeah.
was me too. Yes.
Told us about it earlier.
I am going to get an Amy tattoo tonight. Just for that.
That's awesome.
That was amazing.
Yeah. Amy and
Um,
Kiri both came in with bells ready for it. That's amazing.
We
Go
do.
for
We
it.
have the same smiley face one from Amazon.
Oh my god. Yeah. So in my opinion, if you can give it, you better be able to fucking take it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna make a fucking point to make a whole show about proving that Conspiracy Cats is not a cat, then you better be able to take a guest coming off to prove that you are not a fucking monkey.
Listen,
But I
pal.
love you.
Say what you like, pal. Say what you like, pal. You see, I know the truth. I am a monkey. I am.
Yeah, you
see
have
me
a
on
fucking
camera,
tail,
bro.
and you
There I
throw
am in the
shit.
flesh. If you can't fucking see that, then you're fucking blind, aren't you? And you've got problems.
Yeah, you have a monkey, you throw shit. I mean, you have a tail and you throw shit. So I agree with you. Obviously a fucking monkey. But have you ever talked to Conspiracy Cats like outside of YouTube? He fucking purrs, dude.
Actually, I have. He does. But
He's a
I didn't want to
fucking
say. I
cat.
didn't want to say that because it's weird when a bloke is purring at you.
Stop scratching his belly then.
Yeah, exactly. What's wrong with you fucking monkey?
Well, I'm a monkey. That's what's wrong with me, mate. I mean, come on.
You got
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Jeff,
$5.
You want to take it, buddy?
Yeah, we got $5 super chat from Fletcher Eisler. You guys will never get rid of me. I will forever be lurking. Mwahaha. Thanks, Eisler.
And I have to say, earlier, he pointed out in the chat that he's watching right now this stream, FTFE, and Marvel Girl, just like Team mentioned.
Oh,
I'm telling you, there's lots of us that I do it all the time. Like if I see Unirocks going live, and I see somebody else goes live or puts out a video, I'll still stay on them. I might mute him for a second so I can go watch the other video, but I still want to support both streams. I still want to support both people.
Yeah, I'll jump and mute for sure. Yeah.
I've
And
done
it-
it,
it's-
definitely.
And it's not like it was back in the day with TV where they, where everybody kind of gets an even share of everything, or you get a share based on your ratings. This is actually based on the people that view your stuff. So to view somebody's stuff, it does actually help them out with help them out by contributing to what they're doing, by
Absolutely.
contributing through ad revenue. That doesn't cost you anything, guys. That's the beautiful thing. Is like, I can pay Dick, right? I can get Dick his food for the day without fucking having to tug on him or do anything special for him. I can literally just watch Dick on YouTube all fucking day. And that will feed him. Okay, that feeds the dick. All right.
See, I watch pussy on YouTube all day, but you know.
Well, you're
Yeah,
watching
seriously,
cats
hold on,
then.
hold on. Are you telling me you literally watch Nathan Oakley all day?
Take that.
Wow.
Sorry,
no.
I have some things I'm going to talk about on my next live stream, but you know, since we got the Shills here, we're going to let everybody in on a little secret. I emailed Quantum Eraser to debate him on whether or not quantum mechanics proves God, because he has made very explicit comments that that certain observations in quantum mechanics can only be proven by the existence of a God. It can only occur because of the existence of a God. So I, reached out to Simon Dan. He wants me to debate Spurs about atmospheric and gas pressure. And this was way before I did my video on JM. He reached out to me and asked me that. And so I reached out to him and said, hey, man, like Spurs is kind of a dying topic. Like everything he's talking about is pretty much debunked. I kind of think he's just really in it to push a narrative that he doesn't believe in and whatnot. It's no offense. I don't think Spurs is a bad guy, but I think that that's just something that people wouldn't want to watch. I think they would rather watch me destroy Quantum Eraser on the existence of God through quantum mechanics, proven through quantum mechanics. But Quantum Eraser wrote me an email back, right? And in his email, so if you've ever watched any of Quantum Eraser's presentations on Nathan Oakley's show or anywhere, he literally has it looks like it's a drafted email that is completely made as a Excel presentation. It's like there's capital words, there's quotation marks around words that don't need quotation marks, there's capital words, underlines with quotation marks, different colored to emphasize something. I mean, this is how the email came back to me, and I was like, what are you fucking kidding me? And he's like, he tells me that he appreciates my cordial request because I was very nice, and then he's like, let me just read it. I'm just gonna read it. Fuck it. Okay, you guys have to deal with it.
Yes.
Thank you for the cordial invite, but I shall not acquiesce to your request for the following reasons. One,
acquiesce.
I forgot.
Oh my god!
Watch you too much part of the Caribbean.
One, I forgot more quantum mechanics yesterday than you'll ever know. No, guaranteed no.
Ouch.
Two, I pummeled your Duff Muppet Wiki Discovery Channel quantum mechanics acumen over a year ago on your channel in front of hordes of your incompetent miscreants. First off, he's never been on my channel, so I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Maybe I need to write him back and be like, hey, number two, I don't think that you've ever been on my channel. But.
No, even better, you won't say, I haven't got a channel.
Then he says, number three, he says, sci-fi scam is dumber than you are. Best regards, Quantum Eraser. P.S. The truly hilarious and capitalized, bold, dark black word, really friggin' scary thing is we both know you're a certifiable Dunning-Kruger pretender clown, yet you have the dumbass delusion, hubris to challenge me. Lemafoul. Please, for everything sacred and holy and the safety and coherency of others, turn your tricycle at the next depot and report to the who and where the F am I institution immediately. That's MFA. He is scared. Let me tell you why that's a sign of being scared, okay? I didn't ask in my email. Let me tell you exactly what I said. I said, hey, QE, was watching a few of your videos and have some fundamental objections to your claim that QM proves God. I would like to invite you to a formal debate on Simon Dan's channel at a future date. We won't be discussing or debating shape of the earth. Only the premise that quantum mechanics does or does not point to the existence of a creator. I hope you are doing well and you know that this request is in good faith. If you do not want to have the conversation, that is fine. However, I do. Take care and hope to hear from you soon. Skeptard. We'll just call myself Skeptard. Skeptard. So, I was polite to him. He's wrong. He's wrong. He's absolutely wrong. He has no idea what he's talking about. He commits multiple fallacies, and then he literally says that the speed of light is a begging the question fallacy.
Oh.
What? How the fuck do you come up with that logical process inside of your head, other than to be delusionally and under education, have a delusional mind that it suffers from severe under education? Let's put it like that. Yes, he's an idiot. He's scared of me. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Why are they scared to talk to me?
Well, I myself have a theory on that, but it might be more than we could go into right now. We do have a video queued up we could get to, and I kind of think it actually leads exactly to what we're talking about, because we have JM Truth addressing intellectual honesty and hypocrisy in the global community. So
let's play that video.
Yeah, I think this is actually the perfect moment that we could bring this into play right now, because it's kind of the reverse. Holy fuck, I can't, of it. Tatty, you ready there?
I'm ready there. But can I just say, first off, this video was an hour long. You've got 2 fucking chances of me sitting through that again.
The video we're about to watch is an hour long?
No. It was. It ain't anymore.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, are we going to be, are you talking about the video after the live chat we had, or the one before the live chat we had?
This one is dated.
I think you're talking about before, because that was the one that he had premiered, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Load it up. Let's go.
Here we go, then, Trips.
Like I said, I'm going to talk a little bit about what we've been dealing with on IMDb. We have this IMDb site up, and we were excited to get it up and announce our film. And then people from the Globe community have come and kind of attacked our IMDb site. Unfortunately, it's open source. But
we need to hold on, put it back up. We need to appreciate the pictures on the IMDb site.
Are we able to put up just the still frame?
Yeah, I wonder
where we paused it. Just leave it right there. Now let me speak on that a little bit, because I've been very vocal about this. I don't do things like this to other people. Okay, I don't go into other people's things that they worked hard on and change their work. I don't think, when I look back at the whole thing, I ask myself, did that hurt anybody? No, it didn't. Did it make people laugh? Yes, it did. Was it at the expense of JM Truth and his fucking merry band of flat earth idiots? Yes, it was at their expense. But nobody got hurt. He made a huge fucking deal about me saying that I thought it was funny. Fuck off, JM. Guess what? I think it's fucking hilarious. People fucking went to your IMDb page. First off, it's an open source website. So that means that if you put something on there, ahead of time you have the risk of somebody else going behind you and fucking everything up you did. That's just it. You don't want to fucking go put it on Rotten Tomatoes or go put it somewhere where it's not fucking open source, But anytime you put something like that in a place where somebody has access to it, and it's a well-known established fact that people will have access to it, then you can't fucking bitch and complain when people have access to it. You knew that from the beginning, and if you didn't, then you didn't do your due diligence, and that's on you again. Every way you look at it, yes, it was somebody else who did it, but whose fault was it? Do you blame the child who jumps from the passenger seat into the driver's seat and puts the car in reverse and rolls backward into traffic? No, you blame the adult who left the child in the car with the ability to do that.
Exactly. Good point. Nice analogy, too. Well ended. Awesome. Anybody need in on that, or
I'm not sure what he's about to talk about in regards to criticisms about the IMDb page, but here's what I know about it. He's being intellectually dishonest with that fucking page. I'm not sure who pointed it out. I think it was Rider of Dinosaurs was where I saw it, but he's pointed out that, first of all, the plot summary of it is a direct copy paste from his website, so he did it himself. And second thing, the most interesting thing on it is the cast list. In a documentary, there isn't a cast list exactly. Everybody plays themselves. There's nobody with a named character. On his page, Mark Sargent plays himself. Everybody else plays a character of the same name. So Jaron Campanella plays Jaron Campanella. That implies that they're playing a character within the film. And I don't think, basically what he's subtly saying there is, it's not a documentary, it's a fucking fictional movie.
It is. It is. It's something, more power to him for making a creative production. I'm all for that. I'll back anybody that wants to try to do it, even if it's a flat earth production. But the truth of the matter is it needs to just be understood. This is not factual. This is a story. This is not a documentary unless you're documenting the story of the lives of flat earthers. Are you documenting the flat earth? Well,
Like
then you're
Behind
not
the Curve.
really making. Yeah, you're exactly. And that's the whole premise behind this is they're debunking Behind the Curve. And Logan Paul. First off, you can't debunk Logan Paul because he openly admitted that it was just a fucking skit.
Yeah, that was all
something that-
satire, and it was hilarious, to be honest.
Hilarious. I loved it. I saw all the bad reviews about the movie. I gave my own and said, you know what? This is something you should go watch, especially if you laugh at these fucking dickweeds. Go watch this fucking video because when you get to the end, the Flat Feet Pete story, I knew it right then and there. When he said, oh, my buddy Flat Feet Pete fell off the edge, I was like, oh, Lord. Oh, God. What am I about to dedicate 40 minutes of my life to here? Do I really want to watch this? So I went into it, and it turned out to be such a good production, one of his best. Definitely one of the Logan Paul's best productions.
That's the thing. It's better than it deserves to be, considering it was made by Logan Paul.
Yeah. Now the Behind the Curve one. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying the fact that they were sucked in by him and then just like ridiculed like that. I mean, it's just the icing on the cake, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Well, and then you had the Behind the Curve documentary, which I felt was a really fair, gave them a fair shot. Like, it didn't make fun of them. It pointed out some of the lunacies to it, and here's the funny thing, right? A flat earther watches that movie and says, look at him making fun of us. No, that was you on camera saying what you said. They just showed that. If you think that's people making fun of you, you say, oh, I can see why they feel this way about flat earthers when all they ever show are us saying stupid shit. Well, that's all you ever fucking do is say stupid shit. They don't want to fucking listen to you talk about gardening and stuff like that. They're there for the fucking flat earth conference. They want to hear what you have to say about the flat earth, the shape of the earth, the lies from NASA, the globe deception. They want to hear that. And when you start listening to yourself in a production and you look back and see what you said and you're like, oh man, they just clipped that one little part to make me look stupid. No, they didn't clip that one little. That was the only interesting part of your entire conversation. It just so happens to be that it's stupid as well.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I just realized.
It wasn't as shit as the rest of the bollocks you just said. That was the highlight. And you still look like a fucking idiot.
I just realized that documentary is the documentary equivalent of something my mom used to do when I was a kid. Whenever I would throw a tantrum when I was really little, she would pull out a tape recorder and just hit the record button and listen to me. And then she would play it later when I was calm again and I could see how ridiculous I sounded. That's basically the documentary version of that.
Yeah.
Well, there was... Damn, I was just thinking something that Jut fucking threw me off. Actually, he's the one that made me start thinking about it. It was a good analogy, and then Dead Kennedy jumped in and he cut me off. And he cut me off with some intellectual shit. And now I'm stuck at a loss. Okay, well we'll move on.
How about while you're stuck in a loss, suck my balls.
Yes, that's great.
That was well needed.
You do a great Delano TV.
Good one.
All right, should we get back to the video? See what else Jam has to whine about?
Let's do it.
May as well.
Interesting thing is that a lot of the people that have attacked us are also the same people that want to accuse us of not being intellectually honest. The hypocrisy there can't be overstated. Anyone want to chime in on that?
Yes, hear me laughing. There's nothing that we speak when we speak from the community that denigrates, that shows the absolute absurdity of the globe. We speak, and I can speak from myself as an engineer, as an aeronautical engineer, physics engineer.
Oh.
Wait, did that guy just say he's an aeronautical engineer?
Yes.
And a
Oh,
physics
man.
engineer.
That
Bullshit.
opens up a whole
That is
section
bullshit.
down
Yeah,
the
bullshit.
road.
I want to know what a physics engineer is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, right, but he said the absurdity of the globe. Is he fucking stupid? What is wrong with him? I'm not being
He's
funny,
stupid.
right? But I mean, I keep saying this, and I'm gonna in it until I bang my head against the wall so much that I've not only caved the fucking.
Oh, where'd he go?
Did the monkey outshout himself again?
Yeah.
Back round
he
next to it, but
exploded.
nonetheless, it's gone and
Right.
I'm back. Absurdity of the globe is absolutely ridiculous. It is a piece of piss to go and prove the globe to yourself. It's easy. Go and make 3 or 4 observations that don't work on any other shape. It's not hard. I don't know what is wrong with these fuckers. Go and look at the fucking planet that you're actually standing on. You're standing on the fucking thing. If you're standing on it, surely you can work out its fucking shape.
But the real question is, Jut, how do you really feel?
Better now.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got
I
to
love
get it
how
out of your
that-
system. You know, what are you going to do?
Comes once a month. I've sort of worked out. I think it's my time in a month because it seems like once a month I really blow my top.
Well, just
Oh,
grab your shit from the front and look down to see if there's any blood with it. You'll know whether it's your time of the month or not.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, when you can go back to Eratosthenes and do the whole shadow thing, you know, you find your dead center point, you know, midday, take it from there. It's so absolutely mind-boggling when you get these guys with their zoom cameras and they do that whole look, I can't see it. Oh, now I can zoom it in. Well, you know, there's actually factors involved there. You can't just say there's no curve.
I know. It's like when they go, hey, look, I've just zoomed into this lighthouse that's 25 miles away, and you should be able to see it at 25 miles away. You can't. You can only see the top third of it, you fucking idiot. Behind the curve, what is wrong with you?
And they don't.
Moron. They ignore that. They just think you can see it, therefore
Yeah.
the earth is flat. No, you can't see it all, therefore we live on a fucking globe, you absolute moron.
Yeah.
They
100%.
don't even take in like basic factors like, well, you shouldn't be able to see it from sea level, but you're actually, you know, 150 feet above sea level.
Yeah.
I just want to go back to what was said before the monkey went on his rant. That guy
Sorry.
called himself a physics engineer, guys.
Yeah.
And an
I don't think
aeronautical
anybody
engineer.
can. Well, an aeronautical engineer, I believe, is an actual term. You can use
It's a real
for-
thing. I just don't believe
Yeah.
he is one.
So
No, of
to
course
be a-
not.
To be being a physics engineer is like saying I'm a math engineer.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
What the fuck does that
What
mean?
It's
What he did was-
that's what Phuket Word would call a mathematician.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because what he did there was he gave us a Freudian slip in actually admitting he has nothing but, you know, vocabulary, and then stumbled into the right terminology, the aeronautical engineer, as a saving grace, because, you know, unless you really know him, there's no way to truly prove it. You know, just a scumbag. You know,
Well,
Absolutely.
all right.
Where's everyone gone, man?
yeah. So, well, I think we're waiting for the video cue at this point.
Yeah.
Well, somebody had to
coming
actually say that, though.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Radio coming on.
That the globe is a scientific absurdity, and I can show it in multiple ways. I use examples from kitchen counter physics. Literally, I can show you using kitchen counter physics to Pythagorean math that the globe is garbage. I can show you And it's not just me. I extend this to the entire community, our community. We show scientific examples, word for word, step by step. Here's the proof. Here's the evidence. And anybody else that will negate it, they don't even look at the evidence. They want to turn the evidence upside down, and all they do is throw out garbage. In other words, we could destroy all their evidence, showing all the definite scientific work and line by line evidence that we show. They don't even recognize it. There's the intellectual dishonesty right there. We go through the method. We go through the steps. They don't go through the steps, and they make all these absurd claims with no evidence. And there's that.
Let's have a pause.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go through it, they don't. What he's alluding to there, I do believe, and I'm sure everybody at the table will agree, is that have you done the experiment for yourself bullshit that they always bring up? Whereas, they will stick a soccer ball on the end of a fucking drill, pour water on it, turn it on, and then claim, oh, well, see, I can't make water stick to a ball. And they're trying to say that they do the experiments where we don't because we have to quote it from other people. Well, hold on. The problem with that in its actual core is if every one of us had to go back to like Newton and do all of the experiments that led us through to Maxwell's laws and so on and so forth, all the way through to now, if every one of us had to do those experiments, we wouldn't even know what Maxwell's laws are yet, for fuck's sakes. That's the most ridiculous thing you could fucking say. We already have peer review. We already have it so that other people have to double check it, triple check it, and go, you know what? Worked for me too. Worked for me too. To the point where we've developed things like microprocessors and whatnot. The system works, you fucking unbelievable conspiratard fuck. Just because you can't, doesn't mean it ain't real. These guys have just got to get over it.
And I want to add to that point because in the video I'm working on now, they literally, the guy says something along the lines of, we just have a problem because when we look out and we take our measurements, they don't match to what science says from our understanding. And I'm like, wow, you're nailing it on the head here, guy. You don't understand it. So of course, when you try to apply a misunderstanding to something and you get an answer that is different than what the scientific consensus says, then that doesn't mean you found a flaw in the scientific consensus or in what we understand to be true. It means you did the equation wrong, or you misapplied the mathematics, you misapplied the concepts and the principles. When you apply everything the proper way, there is only one model that is completely in accordance with itself, and that's the globe model. Any flat earth model, you're going to have inconsistencies within the model itself.
Yes,
almost every observation.
Look at it this way, team. Look at it this way. Let's look at Halley, right? So Halley gets credit as if he discovered the comet, but he didn't. What he did was he went through historical records and he took the appearance of the comet, applied Newton's laws of gravity, predicted where the comet would be, and after he died, it showed up where he said it was going to be. You can't do that on a flat earth. It ain't gonna work.
No, absolutely. And then when they talk about ancient religions, then you ask them, what about any ancient religion? Okay, so humans, you don't have humans that went from no timekeeping to digital timekeeping. There was a process. There was let's start marking the number of days until the seasons change. Okay, well, now let's start marking the position of the sun in the sky every day. Okay, now we see this repetitive pattern. Now we can build up a year. We know that that it takes 365 days for the sun to get in the same spot in the sky. And ancients, they would build monuments that would tell them it is the equinox. It is time to plant right now. They didn't have a way of tracking the number of days it's been since the last equinox. They literally had a monument built that gave an observation that completely contradicts anything a flat earth would predict. And now this isn't NASA. This isn't. These are ancient people. These are the people who thought the earth was flat.
Yeah,
They were
yeah,
wrong.
and-
They believed it was flat, and everything they built was based on something that was not flat. It was only
No, and you go back to Stonehenge and way before, and every one of them agree with global predictions, even though they were done at a time when they didn't know what a global prediction was. They just understood that the equinox was a set thing each year. Boom, done, move on, right? Kevin Kennedy needs in here.
I just wanted to point out something that's it's a little unrelated, but you were talking about how they'll do experiments where they like put a basketball on a drill bit and spin it and go, look, water can't stick to a spinning ball.
Yeah.
I want to point out, does anyone know of a YouTube channel called Achievement Hunter?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
It's a gaming channel, and it's run by these guys. One of them is Gavin Free, who also runs the Slow Mo Guys. It's a channel where they just film stuff with really high-speed cameras and just play it back. And there's some really cool shit on there, actually. But
The slow-mo guys are awesome.
yeah, they're great. And Gav, one of them, he was playing Minecraft with the rest of the Achievement Hunters, and all of a sudden he starts talking about how he has a bone to pick with the Flat Earth Society because they took one of his videos, which was putting a wet tennis ball on a drill and spinning it and filming it in slow motion. And he goes, yeah, they just took that, and it pissed me off because, like, for God's sake, you're spinning something that's a billionth the size of the Earth. And
a billion times faster.
And a billion times faster. And the thing is, Gavin Free, the guy who made that footage, is a dumbass. He is not a smart guy, and he knows the fucking Earth is round.
So that tennis ball, that famous tennis ball spin, was that the slow-mo guys then?
That's his, yep.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, because I used to watch all them, and then they stopped for a while, didn't they? They've done some brilliant videos.
Yeah.
They stopped for a little while, but they're back now in a pretty big way. They've still got some really cool stuff out.
Okay.
Amy's got some stuff for the viewers here for us.
I do. I've got some good comments, please. I've got one from Linda Bertelson says, yes, he did say he was an aeronautical engineer. He probably can't spell aeronautical. Mike Bertelson says, the Shills, that is fucking bullshit. If he's an engineer, I'll eat my hat. Renee Name says, somebody tranquilize the monkey. And then Colon says, I'm an aeronautical engineer, and this guy is a dumb as fuck idiot.
I just want to know who the fuck said to tranquilize the monkey now. Who said that? You know you got to put me in the cage before you drug me.
Oh, hold on, monkey. I've got some more comments, and you can.
And then you can tear him apart.
Yeah. JM Truth makes my teeth itch. He's a total wank spangle.
I don't even know what a wank spangle is, but yes, he is that.
Yeah, it sounds so good, doesn't it?
I thought the correct terminology was wank spanner.
Yeah, and I explained what wank spanner means.
Yeah, I think he just took it to a whole new level.
Nothing wrong with wank spangle, though. I like it.
I like it. Amy, keep going.
Then we've got Mike Bertelson again. He says, Riley's egg experiment, nothing useful and completely meaningless. AB Science's buoyancy experiment produced useful, verifiable, repeatable data. Yeah, we're clueless.
and if you want to laugh, check out Riley's response to AB's video. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It really is.
Was that
all right? Yeah, are we caught up?
One more. I'm sorry. Just TC Lucas said about just giving him some whiskey to calm him down. You don't need to tranquilize the monkey.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can't fucking catch me if you want to try and tranquilize me. Let's see, yeah.
Fuck, I'll say last time we tried it with the monkey, we ended up with shit all over the place.
Yep.
And I'm not cleaning that up again.
Yeah. Laughing.
And I even got some in my eye.
None of you were laughing.
I was about to say, I'm not wearing socks right now, guys. So let's try to keep it off the floor.
Oh man, we lost 3 cleaning staff and a butler that night. It was horrible. It was absolutely terrible.
It was brilliant. I love it. I want to do it again.
Who's gonna clean Conspiracy Cat's box if you keep scaring off the fucking butler?
See?
A cat's got a butler. See, that's why I doubt him.
Right?
I'm talking about your butler cleaning up Conspiracy Cat's fucking litter box.
No,
Now you're gonna
when
have
we-
to do that. You're gonna eat
Yeah,
that.
when we
I'll do
have
it
cats
just
in the cave,
once.
yeah, come on now. When we have cats in the cave, we need that box cleaned up. It has to be done.
Don't fucking look at me. I ain't cleaning it up. You fucking get your dickhead in there and clean up yourself. Chat the birds up. Kiri, Aimee, come this way. I'll get you a drink.
Jeez.
So
Can
what
I
do you
say-
say,
Don't
guys?
poop on me.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Aimee, you have a wonderful for radio voice. I'm telling you
Oh,
that.
thank you. Thank you
yeah.
very much.
I listened
That's
to
so
it a few times, and it reminds me of a person actually on the radio whose name is Amy Lawrence, and she's an amazing person as well. Like, she has an amazing voice for radio, and she has a successful radio show. It's a sports show, but I do think that you have a great voice. So that's
Well,
amazing.
Do you know
thank you
what?
very much. I appreciate that.
Do you know what? Aimee could be on that sort of like that kind of like, late night love slot, 2 hours from like midnight till 2. The love section. And then Amy's there chatting away, banging on her tunes, scratching, rapping. No.
Wow, do you
Banging
guys
on our
see the hate that I get from your chat? BM Furball says, at Team Skeptic has a beautiful for radio face. Mm-hmm. Thanks a lot, dickweed, Furball.
Furball always keeps his opinion to himself. He's such a nice guy.
So I just gotta ask real quick. Someone in the chat, Ash Scott, said that Riley's a confirmed Poe, and said that conversation behind the scenes between him and Oakley can't be taken any other way than that they are both Poes. Does anybody in the chat or here on this panel have a link to that? I need that link.
Oh yeah, I'll find it for you and get it to you. So okay.
Thank you.
They were having a conversation, and I guess whoever's screen was being shared had the internal chat up, and in the internal chat it literally says, "Don't talk about this. It's a perfect globe proof." And it was Nathan Oakley telling Anthony Riley that, and it's in chat. And then Anthony Riley's like, "Oh, because of this," and he's like, "No, you dipshit, it's because of this." And he's literally like listing it off. And it's like, just avoid that conversation.
Okay.
I gotta see this.
The reason I want that is because I'm gonna do another video about Riley, and it's gonna be the last video I do, which is about how he committed fraud with his thesis. And that's the last bit I need, is just confirmation that he's a Poe or that he knew his paper would fail, and that'll do it.
Yeah, well, I'll get that link to you. I'll find it.
Right on. Thank you
Somebody
very
has
much.
it. I don't know who it is that has it, but somebody has it. I know Sean Hufford does have it for sure. So if worst case, I'll just get it from him.
Kevin, were you going to
Yep.
pose a question to everybody there?
That was it. If anybody has a
Oh,
link to that.
okay. Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought it was building off of something else there. I had the wrong impression.
No worries.
What are you gonna do? Shall we turn over to the video for a second then?
Oh, BM sent me the link apparently. Thank you, BM.
Here we go.
When we define our lack of intellectual honesty, or call it intellectual dishonesty, they don't show any evidence. It's just a bunch of wild, radical claims that are based on an absurd, or they're based on a foundation of absurdity. There we go.
Well, and really it comes down to like a religious belief, even though the word religion is, I'm going to give the example of, and I hate mentioning him publicly, but Team Skeptic.
But before we go into that, I want to pause it. So he said, when we claim that they're being intellectually dishonest, we do that. It's a baseless claim. But no, that's not the case. In my video specifically, I point out, and I even bring back his portion of the video and play it when he's talking about the pressure gradient. And then he talks about, but when he was defining gas pressure, he said it's uniform throughout the container. In fact, he even follows up that by saying it equalizes. He goes, meaning it equalizes, folks. That's his exact words. He knows that in that definition that he is pushing forward as truth, The definitions clearly states that the gas is uniform throughout the container. Later in the video, he tries to explain the gas pressure gradient. These two right here are completely conflicting. He's pushing both of them as facts, and they conflict with one another. So that right there is intellectual dishonesty. If it's not intellectual dishonesty, then it's just a complete lack of fucking putting in effort into doing research into your video. You didn't know what you were talking about. You just repeated what you saw on the screen one time, and you said, "Yep, I'm running with that." Now, if that's the case, just be honest with yourself or be honest with yourself and your crowd and say, "Yeah, I really didn't give a shit. I just read these definitions and put them out. Didn't really believe it. Don't know what it really said." But no, this guy's pushing it as if this is scientific fact, and he's trying to drive home the factualness of these statements, and then drops the contradicting statement at a later time in his video. That's why we say there's intellectual dishonesty on that end. Either they know that they're being fucking dishonest, or they're just too fucking stupid to know that they're being dishonest. Either way, we don't have time for stupidity. And I'm definitely not putting forth time to give some kind of fucking value to intellectual dishonesty. So fuck a flat earther.
Very much. I like it. Absolutely. Fuck a flat earther. Oh, it just speaks to me on so many levels. I love it. Speaking of intellectual dishonesty and stuff, shall we let the fucking king himself keep going there, Tatty? Play a little bit more of that trash?
Here we go.
If I can use that term loosely. Likes to go around calling me an idiot, which that's fine. It shows his immaturity, but it also shows his intellectual dishonesty. He just did a video on me trying to refute the gas pressure video that I did. That was actually lock solid as far as the information presented.
So here's the $1 million question, folks. How do we have a gas pressure, also known as atmospheric pressure, here on Earth, if in fact we're on a spinning ball?
The fact that the Earth is spinning has nothing to do with the need for a container. You know, because of gravity and shit. And you earned yourself another dinger for conflating atmospheric pressure with gas pressure once again. Because JM Truth, you're an idiot.
Stop.
But what's sad about that is that
he played that all the way through and let me call him an idiot before he stopped me.
Yeah.
Oh,
how'd you like the text in the background there calling you an idiot?
It doesn't bother me. I don't care. But here, guys. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, there was a lot. I don't know if there's a way that you can pull up my version of that video and just pause it right around anywhere in there. You can see the differences in my skin tones, my eye color, the blue border around my video. JM Truth went through, he took the video, he added stuff to it, he compressed it and played with it, made me look as bad as he possibly could. I don't do that to people, okay? I don't do that. Your video that comes out as I downloaded it, okay? I might chop it up, but I'm not going to adjust your colors. I might put some audio compression on it to take out some noise or whatever.
Yeah,
but I'm
fix
not
it
going
up.
to go, exactly, I'll fix it up, but I'm not going to do it in a way that's going to make you look bad. You know, I might chop it up and pull the segments out that I want to use to make you look bad, but I'm not going to change how you look just to strengthen my argument through graphic influence.
That's right.
So when he says it, and one of the things he says, he goes, look at the intellectual dishonesty of Team Skeptic. He called me an idiot a bunch of times. That's not intellectual dishonesty. At best, that's an ad hominem attack. And it's only ad hom when I don't say why I have that opinion about you. And every time I say, you're an idiot because of this, or no, this is right, this is wrong, and you're an idiot. That's what I say. There's a big difference. It's replacing an argument with a personal attack, not adding the personal attack to the end of the argument.
No, exactly. Because if there is correction and instruction, and then you call them an idiot for being an idiot, you're not actually just insulting the person. You're just insulting their intellectual level.
Yeah.
And, well, nobody could blame you for that. It's fun. I mean, it should be. Yeah, it should be a God-given right if we're teaching that way, or an inalienable right due to the Constitution somehow, right? Oh, wait a minute, it is.
Yep.
You know. And yeah, they just have to learn to take it a bit better, maybe. What was that Pratt video recently? Did you see that one, Team Skeptic? He was talking about how other flat earthers could let people like us sully their comment section with our hubris and whatnot. And he went on and on. I think I give him too much credit already with the vocabulary. But the point he was making was, if you're not blocking globe earthers and just barring them from your comment section in your live chats, you're doing flat earth a disservice. Like, holy shit, man.
No. Okay. So beautiful example, and perfect example, or a perfect way of exemplifying how fake flat earth is, right? So if you had somebody walking around saying they created a group called Horses Speak to Me, right? Horses always talk to me. No one's ever shown a video in that group of any horse talking to me. It's just a bunch of people saying, yeah, you know what? I was walking by a pasture, fucking goddamn horse walked up to me and told me a fucking joke, and it was fucking funny. You know, like, it's just people making up a bunch of shit. If you had actual people who study horses, or zoologists or anything like that come into that group, they'd be like, guys, horses don't talk. Horses don't talk. Horses don't talk. They don't want to hear that horses don't talk. They know that horses don't talk. Okay? They know the earth is not flat. They don't want globe earthers there because it's no longer about finding the truth. It's more about the social group that they want to find acceptance in. And that social group includes other outliers that also believe in the same thing. Whether they share the exact same beliefs or not is irrelevant. They both share the belief that the earth is not a globe. And in that common belief, they find solace with each other. They find comfort with one another. They don't want our opinions because we're there to tell them the technical side of why their fantasy is not real. They're there to enjoy the fantasy. And if they're there to enjoy the fantasy, by all means, block every fucking globe earther out there. But keep in mind, when you do that, you actually admit that what you believe in is false. And you don't want to hear the other person telling you how not real it really is.
Well, I want to correct you
Monkey.
on something there, Team Skeptic, because you said flat earthers. There isn't one. They're not flat earthers. They're globe-denying fucktards.
Yeah, that's right. I agree with you there. They are globe-denying fucktards. Now, you have to also understand that I believe some of them are... Okay, so... I try to look at the whole picture, right? I try to see and ask myself harder questions like, why is this? Why are there people that are flat earthers? Well, it is a combination of mis and undereducation for the most part. But then you take those people, there are people, think of it like this. For every one of those people that there's a flat earther, there's a mis and undereducated person who's not a flat earther. So then you have to ask yourself, why are these people, this person in this group of mis and undereducated people, why are they flat earthers? And so you have to look at the underlying thing. Some of them are very socially awkward people. They don't fit in the way that the majority of society fits in. So they find we all want to have friends. We all want to be surrounded by a social group, right? But they can't find themselves surrounded by a social group because they find themselves on the outside of social standards. So what do? They look for other people who are similar to that, and they build their social group with those people. If they don't want us fucking coming in and commenting on their videos because they think that we are actually in there destroying their social group, then that's totally understandable. That's not what I'm here to do. What I'm here to do is be technical about the shape of the earth. So, and that's not what they want by what you said. Delete the comments, hide the people, like that. It's just cognitive.
Exactly. They're totally removing discourse so that they can have their bubble pure and unsullied by any outside argument whatsoever. And they need to do that because a lot of them are looking at it from the point of view of a revenue source and whatnot at this point. Even if they've, if you were one of these complete morons that was living on the government dole somewhere on the edge of society in like, a log cabin hut, in REM, sorry to point you out like that, but and you get to the point where you've got something monetized and whatnot. If you finally do get convinced that you were wrong, you're not going to say it. You're going to keep perpetuating it because it's become an income at that point. And that's where you've got to look at some of these people as pure Poe, right?
Yeah, but then you've got the idiots you saying about perpetuating, but then you've got the idiots that say shit like can't have pressure next to the vacuum of space because the second law of thermodynamics, it's a natural law. Yeah, but you don't understand it, do you fucking prick?
Yeah.
Well, right? I mean, why keep repeating something and banging it down like, yep, see, I know the Earth is flat. I know we can't have a gas next to a vacuum because of this. Explain it. It's entropy, innit? Explain it. Well, it's a law, though, isn't it? Explain it, you dumb fucktard. You can't.
Oh, that was so beautiful. I know. Did you happen to catch when I asked JM Truth about the second law of thermodynamics after he invoked it live? And I was like, please explain the second law of thermodynamics to me. And I was like, literally, I said, I'll just take keywords at this point. He could have just said entropy. And I said, okay, you got it. You got it. I'll take that. He didn't say that. What did he say? He said it's high pressure moving to low pressure. Huh? What? That's not fucking any law of thermodynamics, buddy. Yes.
They just make shit up as these fucking idiots, I swear.
Yeah.
Exactly. Kevin Kennedy wanted in there. We had passed him over.
Well, I just wanted to kind of lighten the mood with a joke, because we were talking about talking horses, and this reminded me of it. There's a really great old meme of it's like a 4-panel comic, and there's a little girl who's like sitting in the grass, and she's like looking sad, and there's a horse in the distance, and a fairy appears and says, "I'll grant you one wish." And the little girl says, "I wish I could talk to animals." And the fairy goes, "Granted," and it runs off. And the next frame is her sitting miserable on the grass as a horse leans in and goes, "Jet fuel can't melt steel beams, Barbara." Great it can talk, but it's a fucking tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist horse.
Oh man, what a letdown that would be, right? Oh, yeah. Nasty.
Now, to go back to what we were talking about on the about the social outcasts, and this is one of the reasons why I don't necessarily choose every flat earth video to address. I feel sometimes some of these people are really making their video to kind of fit into that social group. That's not something that's really worth attacking, in my opinion.
Some of them are disturbing, and you just think, no, leave that alone. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't want to do that to that person.
I'm seeing more of children putting out videos. And when I say children, anybody that looks like they could be under the age of 18, I just assume they are. Right. And I don't even address the arguments being made. But the people that I really, really like to address are those that are taking the advantage of the social group. Because for every one of me that's out there, keep in mind, there's one of them that doesn't believe. There's one of them that has 30, 40,000 subscribers that's out there pushing the narrative so that they can take advantage of the even the limited funds that outlying social group has. And it's no question. I mean, we're not going to sit around and try to judge flat earthers or anything, but for the most part, they don't have a lot of money. So the money that comes in through donations and all that is not all. I'm sure that there's plenty of times that there's $2 to $5 that goes in towards a donation or a super chat for a flat earther, where the person who's giving that money is really giving it because of their misguided belief in a God. Yeah. And they're like, oh, God wants me to give them and donate this money to him because they're pushing the word. No, They're lying to you. They knew you were going
Yes.
to do that. That's why they
Yes.
said what they said.
And this is a perfect transition because Amy's got some viewer comments and questions from viewers that actually know what the fuck they're talking about. This will be cool.
Absolutely. I have one from Aaron Massa that says, I'm pretty sure Liley's thesis will get sent back unmarked after a cursory glance, if that, seeing as it falls well short of minimum quality standards. They won't even mark it. And Colon says, JM Truth, 1 year full sail uni Master of Science degree in instructional techniques doesn't mean you can produce docs on science. You produce the document layout, the presentation design.
Yeah, can I say one thing that he literally said live on my channel when he was discussing his qualifications, and I was like, that's not a science degree. And he was like, yeah, I have a degree and I can teach science because that's what my master's degree is about. It's about understanding the information and putting it out in a way that other people can understand it themselves. I am a teacher. I am an instructor. And I was like, no, you're not. If somebody gives you a bunch of stack of papers that are all about how to fly a fucking helicopter and you staple them together, you don't know how to fucking fly a helicopter. Okay? You're a glorified pamphlet maker. That's all you are. You don't come up with the material. You don't know the material that goes onto the pamphlet or into the pamphlet. You just know which hole puncher to use, which binder to bind it with. That's what your expertise is in JM.
Yeah,
okay?
filing.
Yeah, exactly. Look at his fucking production. Any production he's put out there, you could just pretty much guarantee that thing came from a fucking 10-year-old who has whose mom gave him a camera and said, "Here, go fucking go knock yourself out."
I learned video editing this year and could spank his ass. Absolutely, no problem,
I'm telling
right?
you, every graphic you see, I make myself. I've never had a single day of graphics training, ever. I simply just went online and learned how to do it. He has a degree in this shit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Just go watch the videos, guys. I'm telling you, I hate to promote somebody that's so stupid, but if you're ever feeling bad about yourself or down on your luck, if you ever feel like, man, I'm just stupid. No, you're not. Go watch JM Truth's video and get yourself back up to genius status ASAP, okay?
Exactly. Steaming Cup of Reason wanted in.
Yeah, I just wanted to speak on JM's qualifications about this science degree. You're absolutely right. It ain't anywhere near a science degree. I did a year of multimedia design and communications on my road to becoming a teacher. It's got nothing to do with teaching. It's simply a course I took to improve the way I communicate what I teach and also to do corporate work. It's got nothing to do with being a teacher. It's got nothing to do with having the qualifications to teach. It's just communication. That's all it is, and that's all JM's got.
Yeah,
Nothing more,
to simplify
nothing
it.
less.
To simplify it, JM Truth is the teaching science. Is to teaching science what Tommy Wiseau is to making films.
He's a fucking poster designer. He's a fucking poster designer and a bad one at that.
I mean, look, there's in Tau Ceti Alpha's next
Love that guy.
Full retard mode video. I know him and I, we talk, we're pretty good friends. And he shared with me some things that are coming out. And I can just tell you right now that there is something coming out that is amazing. Okay. And he did it. And I don't want to ruin too much of it. So I'm just going to shut up there. I'm just going to tell you, when you see it, you'll know what I was talking about. Okay. You'll know that you'll be like, ooh, that was what Team Skeptic was talking about. He takes something of JM's and makes it golden. And I'm talking about golden. So when you see it on the fucking next full retard mode, highly recommend checking that dude out if you aren't already subscribed. Tau Ceti Alpha. When the next video comes out, y'all are gonna see it and you'll be like, "Ooh, that's pretty fucking nifty." He has a full fucking time job. He has like a whole real life. He does it on the side and he shits on you, JM. And this is supposed to be your fucking education, your job. Jesus, you're a fucking idiot. Big time. Where you at, Amy?
Oh yeah, we need a bell there.
Aimee
We need a
fell
bell
off.
there.
Amy's
There we
falling
go.
off, guys. Amy's falling off.
Yeah.
We need a new bell girl.
Well, we got one in Kiri, but she hasn't piped up at all, the dumb plum.
Something came up in Kiri's world. I think she had to bail off for a bit there. Amy's got some comments I know she can jump in with for sure.
Absolutely. I've got Linda Bertelson says he doesn't even know how to do film production, which is supposedly his degree. And Mike Bertelson said, and he can't even get the pamphlet right. Pete Ruby says, I make graphics with PowerPoint that look better than JM's work. And John Rapp said the university won't even know that Riley's word salad is even a thesis without a cover page or even a title. And then Gary Graham says you can buy JM Truth certificates anywhere in the world. It's called toilet paper. And the real non sequitur asks, whose spelling is worse, JM Lies or Anthony Liley?
JM. JM is horrible. Like, okay. I pointed this out. We talked about it briefly about how he altered my color on my in my video and created a thumbnail from it, right? In the thumbnail, he misspelled sophomore in knowledge. He misspelled both words. Now he had the thumbnail where half the words were in blue and half the words were in red on a black background. Great fucking use of your graphics knowledge, JM, to where you could barely read it and see it. So we pointed it out to him. We were like, hey, JM, you misspelled sophomore and you misspelled knowledge on the fucking thumbnail. It's not really helping your cause. So what did he do? He goes and he changes the color on the words and makes them white. So now everybody can fucking see that he misspelled both sophomore and knowledge. This went on for 2 days until him and Fight the Flat Earth were in a phone conversation on Hangouts, and he's like, JM, listen, you know you always talk about people pointing out your fucking spelling errors, and you got them on the fucking thumbnail. So he goes back and changes the thumbnail to say sophomore and knowledge spelled correctly. Now, that's just like, to me, there's no worse than him. I literally heard him. This is not Fight the Flat Earth telling me. I heard him tell Fight the Flat Earth. He uses Grammarly. Now, Grammarly corrects those mistakes. Grammarly corrects those mistakes, guys. So
it does. I have that, and he uses. Oh my god! He must be using broken one.
He clearly doesn't fucking use it, does he? Even out doesn't know how to use it.
Okay, when we started talking about aerodynamics, and I was like, you don't understand the process. You know, it's not the second law of thermodynamics. Yes, it's very similar. High pressure goes to low pressure, right? And I was like, this isn't thermodynamics even. This is aerodynamics. He's like, I know aerodynamics. I was a pilot. And I stopped and I was like, oh, I typed in the chat. Y'all did hear him say that he was a pilot. And I think somebody in the chat said that again today. He said he flew planes. He goes, I flew planes. That's what he said. He didn't say I'm a pilot. He said, I've flown planes.
Well, I was in a chat with him, and I think you were there, Logical, when he actually said, I think it was one morning, I forget, we was in a live stream, and he actually, Sean Hawkins, he had a bit of a spat with Sean Hawkins, and he actually said, no, I don't lie anymore. I haven't lied for 4 years.
He's lying when he says that.
Who says I haven't lied for 4 years?
Someone who's lying.
Yeah.
Someone who actively lies every time he opens his fucking mouth. That type of person.
But what's a fucking statement? Yeah, I don't lie, man. I ain't lied for 4 years. You lying your ass off, motherfucker.
That's damn straight. That's human nature, is to lie. Human nature is just to be this. There are things about us, right? Every one of us has something about us that we don't want the rest of the world to know. Everyone does.
It's a social skill to lie.
It is a social skill. You grow, you learn to lie as you getting older. Look at kids. Kids practice lying all the way until they're an adult. Once they master lying, they realize that there's no real need for it unless you just need it to conceal something. Because
Sometimes it's just purely to protect someone you love. You know, it's like
Yeah, that's what I mean. It could be for any reason whatsoever. You just don't want people to know. I brought this up with Fight the Flat Earth when he was dealing with all his shit. I said, when people think of it like this, okay? Let's say you're in the military and you're at the USO, all right? And you're a big badass Marine and you got this fucking 30-pound bowling ball, and sure enough, you reach back to throw it and you drop it and it smashes your toe, breaks your toe to a point you can't run anymore. Now you got to get out of the military. 10, 15 years down the road, somebody asks you, hey, how'd you hurt your toe? And you say, oh, I dropped an ammunition box on it. Well, there's a reason why you dropped an ammunition box. You don't want him to know that you were the jackass who broke his toe with fucking bowling ball. You want it to sound cooler and more badass. Is it really lying? No, because you really broke your toe. But is it really lying? Yeah, because it's not really the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a very good analogy. Very, 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 very good indeed. Kevin, what do you think here? Looking at the runtime, I'm wondering if we shouldn't get around the table and see what everybody thinks at the final end of things.
I think that sounds about good.
Yes.
For myself, when it comes to JM Truth, I mean, I don't know. He's dumb fuck of the year. That's for sure.
Thank you.
And I don't know. He just, I just shake my head when I see him now. Actually, what I do is I just replace the image of him on screen with the one in my head where he looks like he's reporting live from the Middle Eastern desert.
Hold on. Was that you that made that?
No, I didn't make it. I can find out on Twitter who did, though.
Will you please share that with me? I've been looking for that picture. It needs to be a thumbnail.
I tagged you in it when you asked on the last stream.
Oh, well, I might not have seen that in there. Could you either tag me on Twitter, send it to me on Twitter, or on Discord? Discord's easier for me. Hardly ever use Twitter.
On Discord? Okay.
Yeah. All right, my bad.
So if it comes to wrap up time, I want to cover dumb fuck of the year. Okay, so now we can look at Riley and we can say, yeah, your paper's a joke and whatnot and blah, blah. But, Sleeping Warrior did at least put up enough of an argument that AB Science did sit down and do his best to make a model out of his bullshit that would at least make sense. Whereas...
I'm just going to say that Riley can't get dumb fuck of the year because I genuinely believe his thesis was intellectually dishonest. I don't think he submitted it thinking it was going to go anywhere.
Right. I totally agree there too. But when you look at JM Truth here, this man is catastrophically stupid to the point where his mother literally must go through her books on her shelf, find his high school yearbooks, fold through them now and then and go, holy fuck, why didn't I swallow that night? Because he is fucking stupid. And if it's going to go between the two of them, it's JM Truth. He is dumb fuck of the year. Has to be. Absolutely.
Fucking dumb fuck of the year. They're all dumb fucks, 100%. That's for sure.
100% agree with Dick.
I mean, that's embarrassment the family can only tackle one way. You go back in time and...
I was about to say, I can only imagine that from the moment that he announced he was from the moment he braided his head, or what was left of his head, I can imagine his mom has been researching time travel in an effort to go back and correct that mistake.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, push his dad off just one more time.
Yeah.
She could wank, and then he can finish off and have a go on the next load.
Exactly. She could have claimed headache, and he could have been rubbed off in the shower, man, and everything would have been fine.
I can personally say, from the Antarctic Defense Force and our Time Traveling Bureau, if she wants the technology to do that, she can have it.
I love it.
She is one of the few exceptions. Her, Anthony Riley's mom, Nathan Oakley's mom, Phuket Word's mom, Orphan Red's entire fucking genetic historical line.
Oh, yes.
We had permission from Rip Hunter.
Yeah.
We got permission from Rip Hunter. All of their parents can take the technology if they need it.
So who on the panel's got to wrap up? Let's keep it to dumb fuck of the year because this is really good. Who's got something?
You know, I mean, fucking dumb fuck of the year. JM is an absolute dumb fuck, but they're all such dumb fucks, aren't they? I mean, look at that fucking wank spanner I put a video out on last night. What's his face running out the toilet, crutching me bollocks free or whatever his name is. I mean, come on. I spent fucking ages just trying to get a word out of him. It was just like beating around the bush while telling you he's not beating around the bush. All bollocks. They're all fucking idiots. They're all fucking idiots. Anyone who thinks the earth is flat is strange. A really weird person. They've got a really fucking strange thing going on upstairs if they think the earth is flat, because it fucking well isn't, that they need to actually really have a good look in the mirror and try and work out where the fuck they've gone wrong in life. And I just like to say, Team Skeptic, rock and roll, bro. Good to meet you.
They're the kind of weird tonight. They're the kind of weird that jerk off in public to see if they get away with it. That's the kind of weird they are.
Yeah. Very, very strange. The earth's flat. No, sorry, sir. The earth isn't flat. You fucking idiot.
There it is.
I just want to put in really quickly that image of JM on Al Jazeera TV. It was made by Ash Scott, who's in the chat right now.
Oh yeah,
nice.
All right, Ash, awesome.
That's
so
gonna
who else wants in here?
A thumbnail, Ash. So, well, I'll step in because he is my nomination for Dumb Fuck of the Year. He deserves it. Anthony Riley has tried for so long to win that award and just can't seem to pull it off. It seems like every year somebody steps in and says something stupider than Anthony Riley's whole life adds up to be. This year it was JM Truth. He has said that he is a modified sniper. He has said that he was a field medic and a mortarman. He had to go through the mortarman training just in case the mortarman got blown away and he had to take over the mortar all of a sudden for whatever reason. He's called military personnel colonels and then spelled them like they were kernels of corn. He has now said he has flown airplanes. He's also said that 10 to the negative 17th was a positive fucking number. He also quoted the second law of thermodynamics multiple times. He has said that he downloaded my video, and then he said, "Oh yeah, I didn't download your video. You're right. I screen capped it. Sorry for lying." Literally in his own chat. Yes, he has nominated himself for Dumb Fuck of the Year.
He's a lying asshole, isn't he?
He has nominated himself for Dumb Fuck of the Year. He has seconded his own nomination. And then he has encouraged the chat to, go vote for JM Truth, Dumb Fuck of the Year. We have all these screen caps, okay? These aren't I'm not just saying this right now. This is all going into big shout out to Negative Exponents, who was in the chat earlier. I hope he's still there. Me, him, Writer of Dinosaurs, are at least us three, and possibly another creator or two are going to get in for the nomination video for JM Truth. This video is going to be a long video. It will probably be 45 minutes to an hour long, and is going to simply be everything that he has done in the past year that qualifies him for winning that award. And I don't care. I know in the bottom of everybody's heart they're gonna want to click Kyle Curtis's name, but don't do it. Vote with your heart, with your head, and not your heart, because your heart is going to say, yeah, he's the biggest dumb fuck for this year for that one act. But your head, if you use your head, you're going to look at the body of dumb fuckery, and you're going to come to that final conclusion that JM Truth is the dumb fuck of the year of the world, not the community, of the fucking world, guys.
You're speaking a lot of logic there, team, and so in, the sense of logic, I have to turn to logical troglodyte here. Dumb fuck of the year, buddy. Dumb fuck of the year. Are we looking at Riley, JM? What are you thinking?
I really think it's going to be JM, but personally, I'm pulling for Riley. Just the fact that he uses a gravity simulator showing how it works with the atmosphere, and then switches off the gravity and says, see, gravity's not a force, and look at what the atmosphere does. It dissipates out into space. Fuck you. You just proved our fucking model, you dumbass. That's exactly how it works. You get rid of fucking gravity, no atmosphere. That by itself, regardless of anything else he's done, to me earns him a dumb fuck.
That's a good point, man. It's hard to argue. Kevin, what do you think, man? That's a good point, isn't it? Oh, is Kevin there?
I don't know. I don't know if it overrides the intentional dishonesty of the thesis. From what I've been seeing behind the scenes between Oakley and Riley, they're pose, and pose don't get dumb fuck of the year in my opinion.
Yep.
Also, JM Truth for dumb fuck of the year, Kyle Curtis for Kyle of the year.
Okay, I'll give you that. Yes,
there should be a Kyle of the year moving forward.
Absolutely.
The person who has done the most like disgusting thing.
Backstabbing piece of shit of the year award.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have a Kyle of the year, then you've got to have a Nathan of the year.
Hey, how about Jeff Spiker, Steaming Cup of Reason, man? Is it going to be Oakley, or is it going to be Riley, or is it going to be JM for you? How you weighing in?
For me, I would go with JM. I agree with Logical. Riley, just on the admission of no gravity and no atmosphere is enough, but JM is so far beyond stupid that it can't possibly go to anyone else. And as a matter of fact, dumb fuck of the year is not even enough. They should give this fucking moron dumb fuck of the millennium, because every fucking intellectual with a stick, a globe, and a modicum of common sense has proven him wrong for 1,000 years before he was fucking born. This guy is an absolute fucking idiot.
I love it. I love it. Oh yeah.
No, getting into the swing with that ding.
No, Anti-Flatter did weigh in, but not properly. So, Anti-Flatter, dumb fuck of the year. You know the contestants. You know the variables. What do you got to say, buddy?
Well, I've got a bit of problem at my place because I'm all for JM getting it because the guy's, well, everyone said it. He's more fucking stupid than anything else. But unfortunately, I've got Yuri poking me in the side, trying to say something completely different. Doug, it does not belong to JM. We give to Riley, because Riley, he pissed off DeadKennedyInSpace, who also framed with other Russian.
Oh, this is an internal affair moment. I almost feel a separate episode coming on. The different.
Did he just say that Kevin?
Russians.
Did he just say that Kevin Kennedy is a candidate?
Yeah. Well, Kevin's got his Russian buddy over there, and so does Flatter with Yuri. Shit could get ugly here.
Shit the bed.
Us Russians stick together, and we rule America through Trump.
Oh, Yuri, suck my anus hole. I tell you what, Marmite from Russia is not as nice as Marmite from New Zealand, end of. So just get over it, pal.
Uh-oh. Now it's getting...
Monkey, I'm not sure what you just said, but Yuri's just walked away crying, and he's reaching for the biggest bottle of vodka he can find.
I said something about your Marmite being better than his.
Oh, in that case, then, as long as you're speaking the truth.
Wouldn't it?
Now, I think at this point, we got to turn to somebody with a good opinion on things, the opinion of the viewers. Aimee, what are your thoughts here? You know the contestants. You know what's on the line. Who's taking Dumb Fuck of the Year award?
By far, from what I've seen in the chat, I'm seeing that JM Truth gets Dumb Fuck of the Year. John Rapp just sent us a super chat for Australian $5. He says Riley has some highlights, but JM Truth is the most all-around about everything idiot.
Yeah,
and he's right. He even voted for himself as dumb fuck of the year, and I can't get over that. So,
I'm telling you, the moment I saw it, I was like, "What did he? Where did he really fucking say that?"
He really did.
We could.
I saw that.
YES, comma. Oh, well, no, I don't think there was a comma, to be honest with you, as Grammarly wasn't working that day.
Yes,
comma.
Vote for JM Truth or JM for Dumb Fuck of the Year. I was like, wow. And he said it on my stream, like as a, well, hey, look, let me give the guy a little bit of credit, just a little bit. I'm giving him a little bit. The super chats that were coming in that I was reading were so horrible to him, and he stuck around and smiled and laughed. I honestly think he enjoys that attention. I really think he enjoys that attention. I would love to continue having him on. And even though people think that I dislike him, I do still want him to be Dumb Fuck. It's not even a 1 anymore. I know he's going to win Dumb Fuck of the Year. But the thing is that when he comes on, he truly believes what he's saying. So when you're having these discussions with him, they're genuine discussions. It's good to have the discussions with people like that. This whole him deciding he's going to stop talking to Globers, this is not him, guys. This is Shelly and Bob. Those two people are influencing, and whoever is else involved in that thing. They're influencing him in the back to, behind the scenes. And that's why he said, oh, we're not going to be dealing with you guys anymore and this and that. We're not even going to talk to you guys anymore. We don't give a fuck. You're the dumb one, not us. We're trying to help you out. We're trying to have a genuine conversation with you, but whatever, dude.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, if you don't like our genuine conversation, why don't you just go and fuck off? Because what's coming out of your mouth is absolute bollocks anyway.
Exactly, folks. Now, I think it's time to wrap it up here. So, last word goes to our guest, Team Skeptic. JM Truth is your candidate. Tell us why in a nutshell, buddy.
Well, aside from all the examples I just gave, the fact that he's willing to completely block out the other side of conversation, the fact that he continues to put out what he's putting out, the fact that he still thinks that he's going to get some kind of funding for this dumbass video he's putting out. Nobody even fucking cares anymore, JM. Go get a real job at McDonald's. You'll do yourself a fucking favor. This YouTube is not working out for him. Every time he opens his mouth, he strengthens everybody's resolve that he is the dumb fuck of the year. Those are facts.
I love it.
That's not even fucking my personal opinion. Those are facts.
Yeah.
That was perfect. He actually demonstrates to everybody that he is and can only be dumb fuck of the year.
Yeah, I urge everybody to make their mind up and vote right now. Now, look, people, life is about choices, okay? We have a choice. We could sit down in our free time and we can watch Frasier, we can watch Seinfeld, or we can watch something educational. We could sit down and we could read something by Kuntz or King, good authors, but we can read something more educational. So I urge you, better yourselves, grow, learn. Do not leave yourself in the intellectual position where flat earth becomes an option, because at that point, the disease has taken hold. So I urge you, get to your local library, read a book and learn something. It could save your life. On that note, Team Skeptic was an amazing guest. We're the Shills and we're out of here. Say goodnight, everybody. Bye.
Hashtag stop censoring Harold.
Catch you up.
Yes. I love it.
Good night.